everyone, I'm Mia, Series of Blurs, and today we're playing Do Not Take This Cat Home. This is a game that's available on itch.io about finding a cat in an alleyway in a box, and we have to make the decision whether we're going to take it home or not. It is quite a story-driven game, and before we dive in, I want to just let you know that I have sussed this out first, and nothing bad happens to the cat. We are animal lovers in here, so I had to check that out first. Let's play. Oh great. It's the first time in a while that you've felt like going out, but in the middle of your walk, it starts to rain. Typical. But maybe this is just a sign that you should have stayed home today. Yeah, you can always try again tomorrow. Right? You turn to head home when... Huh? What was that? Was that a cat? There are only a few people around on the street. Makes sense to the increase of missing persons around the area recently. Well, that and the weather. But none of them react to the sound at all. Curiosity guides your steps. You follow the sound to the entrance of a dark, dingy alleyway. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward. Finally, the sound source comes into the view in the cold, dim light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Huh, I guess that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. It's so cute. And it definitely knows it. You've never had much of an opinion one way or the other about cats before, but if they're all like this one, it's a shock they haven't already found a way to rule the world. You don't think you'd mind bowing down to a feline overlord. You look around the alley with a small frown. Who leaves cats in cardboard boxes these days anyway? Wouldn't they just jump out and leave the box eventually? The cat doesn't answer you, obviously. It also doesn't do as you suggest and leave the box. It's just looking at you, as if waiting for you to make the next move. Do not take the cat home. Take the cat home. Well, I know the game is titled Do Not Take the Cat Home, but as if we're going to leave this here. So, take cat home. You know what? You reach into the box and pick the cat up, holding it out in front of you. You're all alone and well, I'm kind of in the same boat myself, so you bring the cat close. You didn't realize it was shivering until just then, but it slowly breathes easier as it presses into your chest. Why not stick together, right? At least for a little while. Let's get you out of the rain, okay? You stop by a small local pet store for some cat food, then head back home. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and you live alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after so long, even if it is just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you watch for a moment as it curiously explores the new environment. Leaving the feline to its own devices, you set about making the both of you some dinner. You take the can of cat food and open it with a tab on top. You put some cat food on a saucer and click your tongue to call the cat over to you. It perks up at your beckoning and rushes over. It looks at the plate of food and completely ignores it. Not hungry, I guess. You try not to let it annoy you. The cat doesn't understand the concept of money to appreciate that you spent your hard-earned cash on it. It's just a cat, after all. I'll just leave it here if you get hungry later, okay? The cat rubs its body against your legs with a purr. You smile. That's enough of a thanks for you. It follows you into the kitchen as you start on your own dinner. You decide that you have enough ingredients for a sandwich. Bread toasted, mayo and mustard spread, turkey and cheese and lettuce perfectly placed. Tomato slice. Ow! You wince as you cut your finger on the knife while slicing a tomato. Oh, stupid. You feel a little embarrassed with such a blunder and sigh, tossing the knife onto the cutting board. You're about to head to the bathroom for a bandage when the cat hops up onto the counter. It sniffs at the knife and meows almost pointedly at you. Don't worry, I'm alright. It was just a... You watch as the cat starts to Lick lightly but enthusiastically at the blood on the knife. At your blood. You're so shocked that by the time you come to your senses, the knife has been completely licked clean. The cat sits back, staring at you. You feel a little uneasy. Sure, cats are meant to be meat-eating predators, but that was a little bit weird, right? You're no cat expert, but that was definitely not something an ordinary cat would do, right? Well, regardless, you're not about to abandon a cat in need while it's still raining outside, not after all your efforts. You're going to take it to the shelter tomorrow anyway. What's one night of awkwardness? Weird or not, it's just a cat. The rest of the evening, unfortunately, goes downhill from there. Even after covering up your fingers cut with a bandage, the cat tries to lick at the wound while you're eating your sandwich, while you're cleaning up the kitchen, and while trying to watch TV. You gently push it away every time, but you're starting to get worried at the strange behaviour. What if it's got a taste for blood and thinks you're food now? You're not sure what you'll do if it starts to get more aggressive. You keep thinking about the cat food sitting in the corner, untouched. Come on, enough already. You shove it away a little more forcefully this time out of annoyance. You feel bad immediately, but before you can do anything, the cat meows sharply at you and dashes off around the corner into the hall. You sigh deeply. At this point, you're just worried that it's going to take a bite out of you in your sleep. Maybe a vet will have an idea on how to calm it down. You can only hope. You don't have many other options left other than tossing this cat out in the rain. After finding the number of a local vet, you pick... The lights just went out. Great, just great. Rain must have knocked out the power. You check your cell phone only to find that it's out of batteries. You must have forgotten to charge it before leaving earlier. The outing had been so spur of the moment that it had no doubt messed with your usual routine. You grab a flashlight and turn it on. It's quiet. It's too quiet. Did the rain stop? But then, why did the power go out? You look outside. The sky is pitch black. What time is it? You turn to check the clock. The cat sits on top of your digital clock, staring at you. Thinking now, you realize the clock shouldn't be working at all with the power outage, but the numbers are lit up and completely going haywire. The cat stares at you. It's completely still. You'd think it was a statue if you didn't know any better. It's not giving off any indication that it's alive. It's not blinking. It's not even breathing, but its eyes. This isn't normal. You're afraid. You want to run, but you're afraid of letting the cat out of your sight. You consider tossing the cat out after all. But as soon as the thought enters your head, you feel a sharp urge to vomit. Those eyes, his eyes hold you still. Even with your flashlight trained on it, his pupils are large, round, inky pits. The flashlight flickers, and the cat is gone. Fear immediately grips your mind. The silence, punctuated with the rapid pumping of blood in your heart, is overridden as your ears slowly start to pick up the sound of static all around you. How is the clock working with no power? You don't know why such a question matters at the moment, but you feel as if having the answer will make sense out of everything that's happening. That order will be restored. But no answer comes to mind. You back away from the clock and feel as if the air itself coils tightly and abruptly in response, like a predator prepared to pounce, but waiting for your next move. But you're afraid to move. You're afraid to even take a breath. But you can't stay still forever, right? Whatever is watching you, you can already feel its impatience. It's too eager. You don't know how you know this, but you can sense it as clearly as if it has whispered, "Let's play," right into your ear, right into your soul. It won't let you wait it out. Not that you could, even if it did. You can't stay here. You have to run. With this thought, a sudden primal instinct awakens within you, making you tear yourself into a hasty burst of movement, of action. But You're still weak from the fear's grip on your mind. Your legs tangle together under you in your haste and you fall to the ground. Huh? A sharp pain explodes in the center of your foot. At first, you think you've broken your ankle, but something warm and wet trickles down the length of your foot, pulling underneath it. You hear the sound of metal scraping on tiles after skidding across the floor as if it had been kicked. Winded from your fall, you look up in a daze and see the object glinting in a strange light coming in from outside, the light pouring in from your now open front door. Thoughts of how, when, and who, what in regards to your inexplicably open door screech to a halt. As your brain finally identifies the metallic object you've been staring at. It's your kitchen knife, and still tinted red from your earlier blunder. But that's not right. Wasn't it completely licked clean by the... You gulp dryly at the pain in your foot. You barely have time to wonder how the knife ended up on your living room floor to be stepped on, instead of resting on your cutting board in the kitchen where you'd left it, when you spy something in the darkness just beyond the knife. It spies right back at you. A pair of glowing golden eyes come forward as the cat emerges from the shadows into the light from your doorway. It pads lightly over to the knife as if skipping in delight, and bends down to lap at the blood dripping from the blade. Your senses slowly begin to overwhelm you. The chill of the air as it starts to suffocate you under its weight. The sound of your shaky breath discordant against the static now piercing your skull. The dryness of your tongue spreading into your throat. The incomprehensible sight of the stray you'd taken in, licking away at your kitchen knife, once again completely clean. The scent of blood from your fresh wound on your foot. Blood? Golden eyes slide up to you as if in response to your sudden realization. Blood. You're hurt. Your foot is bleeding. You're bleeding. You're bleeding. The cat barely moves, shoulders twitching as if just considering the act of it pouncing forward. But you're already on your feet and out the door. You run, or rather limp, down the empty street. The sky is black and bleeding red. There's a strange light emitting from nowhere that casts everything else in white. The houses, the trees, the road, even you. Everything, except your blood. You can just barely glimpse the bloody imprints your injured foot leaves in your wake, and with every impact it makes at the ground. It hurts. It hurts. But you can't stop. You don't stop. Not when the shadows grow around you. Not when you feel a gaze of eyes all over you. Not when the road ahead of you is darkened by a long shadow of something behind you. Even then, you don't stop running because if that's the cat right there ahead of you, then what in the world is behind you? Look behind or keep running. Well, the cat's in front of me, so let's look behind. Interesting. How very, very interesting. Ending 0, it begins. What? What begins? Can I go continue? What was the ending? What happens if I go forward? Let's see if we can continue. Continue? You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. Oh, it's a loop! And you're actually glad that you did. The weather is absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is starting to turn around. Wait, last time it was raining, so it's not a loop. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. Cat. Huh? What was that? One paw at the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Huh? I guess that should have been obvious. I can't help but still think it's cute. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws on the edge of the box and looks up at you. This is different from before. You look so familiar, right? Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. This one sure is a cutie though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you for getting this close like other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there patiently, waiting for you to do something. Take cat home? Do not take cat home. I want to see what will be different if you take the cat home because this intro is slightly different. So let's take the cat home again. Well, why not? Right? You barely reach out your arms with the cat eagerly leaps into them and climbs up onto your shoulders. It butts its head into your temple, nuzzling against it. Hehe. You can't help but smile at the cat's enthusiasm. Let's get you out of here, yeah? On the way home, you briefly consider getting cat food, but that would be a waste of time. You shrug at the odd feeling and move on. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, and 1 you living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after so long, even if it is just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you wait for it to walk away and explore the new environment. But it simply sits and looks at you expectantly. Oh, this is different. Do we do something alone or do something with the cat? Let's do something with the cat. Like what? Play with the cat. Poor thing was probably bored stiff sitting in that old box all day, just watching crowds of people walking by them, ignoring them. You can't just leave them alone as soon as you're home. And little interspecies socializing won't kill you, right? Oh, you just want some attention, don't you? You want to play, huh? Okay then. What to play though? A laser pointer maybe? Cats love laser pointers. Cats are curious creatures by nature. They're also natural hunters, sort of. Why not pass the time but letting the cat hunt after something you'll never quite understand? That sounds a little mean when you think of it like that, but it's not like the cat will know anyway. Ignorance is bliss, or so they say. So you dig out your old laser pointer from your long gone dreaded day of group presentations in class. You flip it on and see that even after all this time, the batteries still work. You get a little kick out of aiming at the mirror hanging in the living room so it reflects off the glass, making a little red dot appear on your knee. Oh no, I know where this is going. The cat cautiously walks over, stopping every few steps to cast a look of suspicion at you. When it finally reaches you, it lightly presses a paw to your knee, like it's trying to catch the dot of red light as casually as possible. You manage to hold back a chuckle, not that it really matters. The cat isn't paying attention to it at all, entirely focused on the light now resting on top of its paw. Hehe. You move the light a little higher above your knee. The cat reacts immediately, trying to pin the light down, but the next second, you've already moved it to the floor. The cat jerkily follows, attempting a more energetic pounce when you shift the red dot. Over here, over there, and over there. By the couch. Or on the couch. The cat might be ignoring you, but you're certainly enjoying yourself. It's been a while since you've laughed this much. You're laughing so much, in fact, that you accidentally shift the red dot onto a lamp beside the couch. In its haste to get the light, the cat leaps onto the lamp, sending them both to the ground. Oh my gosh. The cat is sitting in the middle of its former lamp's broken shards, back hunched, its head whipping back and forth around as if in a panic. You quickly turn off the laser pointer and rush over. I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Are you hurt? You reach down to pick up the cat and check it for any injuries when... Ow. Oh, hey! The cat swipes at you, claws extended. It backs up and twitches away, making frantic half turns in various directions as if looking for something or waiting for something to appear. But geez, that really hurt, you know? You hold the hand with the scratch close to your chest. It's bleeding, but it's not too big. You're more annoyed than anything, but immediately annoyance starts to bleed into concern. You watch in shock as the cat starts to run around, tearing at the carpet, the sofa, your armchair. You want to stop it, but you're afraid of getting in the middle of its rampage. You consider calling a vet for advice on how to calm it down, but for some reason, you feel like it wouldn't be a good idea. What happened to you? Is it... An idea comes to you, or rather, a realization. You grasp the laser pointer, aiming it safely away towards the floor in the middle of the living room, thinking, hoping. The cat will calm down if it found what it was looking for. You turn on the laser pointer. The cat's reaction is immediate. You screwed up. In the span of mere seconds, he watches the cat spies a red dot from his perch in the shredded armchair. It leaps high into the air. Changes in the air. And slams down upon the dot on the floor with a weight and force that shakes the whole apartment, maybe even the whole building. You wonder dazedly how none of the other tenants have rushed over to complain about the noise. Yet, as you stare at the sight right in front of you, the cat has somehow grown in size. Eyes bulging and glowing, tail thrashing, teeth enlarged, bared and covered alarmingly in a bubbling froth. Its giant claws rip and shred the carpet, through the floor tiles and even below them, ravenously trying to get at the red dot. Your hands are shaking. You don't know what to do. You feel trapped. You have to get away. Get it away from you. You slowly back up towards the door. The light moves with you. Instinctively, you flick the light away, this way and that, the cat stampeding after it. So fast, smashing through the TV, breaking the couch in half. Too fast, bulldozing through the wall into the hallway. A chance! You turn, intending to bolt at the door and never come back. But in your haste, you forgot something. You forgot several somethings. You forgot the laser pointer gripping like a lifeline in your hand. You forget the mirror still miraculously hanging on the wall next to the hallway, the laser reflecting off of it, putting a small, glowing red dot on the back of your head. As you reach for the door, you forget that it's locked. That ain't good. You don't even have a chance to turn around before the cat lunges all the way across the room at you. You're torn to shreds before you can even blink. Ending 12, targeted. Well, I guess we shouldn't have brought the cat home. Continue. That's probably the worst possible ending ever, so let's continue. You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out. Is it sunny? Is it raining? And you're actually glad that you did. Yay, it's sunny. The weather is absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. Huh? What was that? But at the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Huh? I guess that should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. I can see that this time is the same now as the second time. So this time we're gonna not take the cat home. It puts its front paws on the edge of the box and looks up at you. So, you look so familiar, right? Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. This one sure is a cutie though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you for getting too close like other stray cats have in the past. It's just sitting there patiently, waiting for you to do something. I kind of want to take her home again and try something else. Maybe just one more time, but I'll choose different options and then we won't take her home. Take cat home. I can't resist. It's so cute. Well, why not? Right? No laser pointer. You barely reach out your arms if the cat eagerly leaps into them and climbs up onto your shoulders. It butts its head into your temple, nuzzling against it. Hee. You can't help but smile at the cat's enthusiasm. Let's get you out of here, yeah? On the way home, you briefly consider getting cat food, but that would be a waste of time. You shrug at the odd feeling and move on. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 you living alone in it. It feels weird having another living being inside it after so long, even if it is just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you wait for it to walk away and explore the new environment. But it simply sits and looks at you unexpectedly. There are so many different options we can try here, but I'm just going to say do something alone because it seems like the most drastically different. Do something alone. Like what? I feel like if I clean the apartment, I'm gonna accidentally hurt myself and bleed. So what's the least dangerous thing I can do? Take a nap. The cat might kill me while I sleep. I've seen that Stephen King movie. So let's say watch a movie. That way, we're not doing anything, but we're on guard. Watch a movie. You're not tired enough for a nap, but you're too lazy to get started on any of your chores. So you decide to watch a movie. You get dressed in your favorite pajamas, make some popcorn with the obscene amount of butter, and head over to your armchair. Only to discover the cat is already napping in it. You frown a little in thought. Your couch isn't at the best angle for optimal TV viewing pleasure, and you don't feel like pushing it around and having to put it back later. The only options you have left are to sit on the floor or move the cat and reclaim your throne. Sit on the floor. I'm gonna sit on the floor. You decide to sit on the floor. The cat is a guest after all, and you pride yourself on being a good host if nothing else. Well, at least you would if you'd had any other guests over before. You grab a blanket and some pillows and make a comfy nest in front of the chair. You pop in a random movie from your collection and can tell instantly it's one of your favorite horror films. Oh no. Oh no. You've seen it a few times already, but it never fails to get your blood pumping. A few minutes in it and you're already invested, getting reacquainted with the story and characters. The scares won't come until later, but for some reason you feel like something is watching you from behind. You know it's probably nothing, but you feel compelled to check anyway. You peek over your shoulder. I need to jump out of your skin, jostling a few pieces of popcorn out of the bowl in your lap. The cat is awake and looking right at you. You take a calming breath, recovering from your heart nearly lurching out of your chest, and immediately feel foolish. It was just the cat, of course. It was so quiet you'd forgotten it was right behind you, even though it's the whole reason you're sitting on the floor in the first place. You shakily pick up the remote, intending to rewind some of the parts you missed. However, as soon as you press the rewind button, the TV shuts off. You blink, confused. Nothing else is turned off. The kitchen's dim light was still on, the digital clock was still glowing, and the movie player was still rewinding. The power clearly didn't go out, so why? You feel a chill run down your spine as you catch the cat's reflection in the dark TV screen. It's still looking at you. The cat stares, silly. It's kind of their thing, right? And you're a new addition to its life. Of course it's going to study you closely to see if you're trustworthy. As you mentally reassure yourself, you turn the TV back on. What? TV's on, but the movie isn't what's playing on screen. It's me. You watch yourself around on screen as you feel your brow. You watch yourself around on screen as you feel your brow furrow in tandem. It's like footage of you in real time, like you're being recorded. You feel the familiar sensation of your mind focusing on small details to avoid the bigger picture of your current situation, avoiding the questions of how this is happening, of who or what is doing this, and why. Suddenly, your mirrored self smiles and waves at you, all on its own. You don't wave back. You're too stunned to move. The you on the screen doesn't seem to mind though. It then stands up. It walks out of frame. And, a terrified yell rips out of your mouth before you can think to stifle it. On screen in the chair is the cat. But it's wrong. It's become a large swollen mass of black fur. Its twitching pulse arrhythmical with its slow, almost methodical breaths. Its mouth is yawning entrance to its black abyss, framed by a set of teeth that look very, very sharp. Glowing eyes bulge all over its body. It's still looking at you. It doesn't even acknowledge your on-screen persona as they walk back into frame and pet it almost lovingly. Then, the you inside the TV catches. The you inside the TV touches one of the cat's fangs. You flinch at a sudden sharp pain in your palm. You look down and sure enough, your hand is bleeding. You're not particularly afraid of blood, but for some reason the sight of it leaking out of you sends another chill down your back. A thought, clear and terrible, flashes across your mind. It's just the mutated cat in the TV that's watching you. Is it? Don't look behind you. 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 They stand in front of the cat's gaping jaws. They look into the dark depths. And as you're torn between the horrifying realization of what's about to happen and the gripping wonder of what they see, looking back at them from the deep, deep darkness, they jump in. Darkness is a sudden presence all around you, pressing in, holding you down, and yet you somehow also feel weightless. You can't tell if you're falling, but it doesn't feel like you're laying down or standing either. You feel warm, you feel cold, you feel everything, you feel nothing. You feel nothing. Ending 3, the silent film. We can't win here. We were trying to watch a movie. I thought that was going to be the most safe option we could get, and we still end up dying. All right, this time we are not taking the cat home. Not taking the cat home. Okay, then nothing can go wrong. You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out, and you're actually glad that you did. The weather is absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do. Maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. An evil cat! Huh? I guess that should have been obvious. So cute though. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws up on the edge of the box and looks up at you. It's so... He looks so familiar, right? Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look after all. This one sure is a cutie though. Just look. It's not glaring at you or hissing at you. It's just sitting there patiently, waiting for you to do something. Do not take the cat home. Resist. Do not take the cat home. Sadly, as cute as the cat is, you'd never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. You are. With rent and bills to pay for, not to mention you need to buy food and survive too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? You can barely afford this little outing on your day off. What to do? Leave the cat. You don't think it's a good idea to get the cat's hopes up and having someone look after it if you're not willing to commit? What if it gets attached and somehow tracks you back to your home? You could never get away from it. That was a really quick flash then. Sorry, I'll see you around, I guess. You stand up, the cat watching your every move. You make it halfway out the alley when the cat meows almost pitifully at you. Ignore it. No, you need to nip this in the bud and get on with your day. It's what's best for both of you. You leave the alley and continue on your way. Wait, what was I doing? In all the excitement of dealing with your furry dilemma, you've forgotten that you still had decided on what you were going to do on your day off. Go to a dog park. You decide to take a stroll in the park or something. The only one within walking distance is a nearby dog park. You think it'll make you feel better. First you see a cute cat, now you get to see a cute dog. Several of them, in fact. The park is bustling with owners and their canine companions. Playing frisbee, fetch, running, jumping, even napping. Such cuties, whatever. Like you're going to do anything with his mangy mutts. Hey! What? What's wrong? You didn't think that? You decide to move on. The dogs are all so adorable. You want to pet every single one you come across. But you know not all owners are cool with strangers just walking up and manhandling their pets. Not all dogs appreciate it either. So you stroll around the path trying to exude a welcoming aura that will beckon one of these cute doggies to you. You don't have to wait very long. You stop as the smallest, cutest puppy you've ever seen scampers up to you, blocking your path. Excuse me? We should get out of here. Let's go home. Leave the park. Yes, leave. I didn't even get to finish reading that. Now what? Nowhere is safe. This cat has gotten inside my mind. Last time we watched a movie didn't end well, so let's go to the carnival. The sun hasn't started to set yet, still high in the sky, but it will soon. You start to wonder if maybe you should just go home for the day. When you stop in your tracks, you see something new, an attraction you've never seen before. A maze of funhouse mirrors? It sounds kind of lame, honestly. There isn't even a line to get in. But then, what else is there to do? Curiosity killed the cat! Enter the maze. You enter the maze. A few rooms in and notice the mirrors aren't all weird. Some to show you looking back at yourself. A little bored, a lot tired, and so very... Wait, maybe this is a mistake. Why do you think going into a maze of mirrors is a good idea, even if it was something new to experience? I can't do this today. You turn around to head back the way you came, only to bump into a mirror. Oh, what the? Where's the exit? You try again, only to find another mirror blocking your way. By the time you're all turned around, you realize that the way you came in is completely gone. Okay, don't panic. I just have to keep going forward, right? You step to the only opening you can find and nearly trip over something on the ground. You bend down and pick it up. What's this doing here? In your hands rests a worn-looking flashlight. Curious, you flick it on. Huh? The light doesn't look very... Huh? The lights! Did the power go out or the attraction operator forget you were in here? How long have you been in here? You pull out your phone to check the time or maybe call the police. Your phone is dead. You grip the flashlight in your hand. The light it emitted earlier was dim enough for you to know that there's probably not much left juice. Best to reserve it for a worst case scenario and feel your way out. Yeah, you can do this. You take a calming breath. Well, forward we go. Flashlight? I don't get it. Okay, next room. I assume to go to the cat with no red eyes. Right. Left. Oh, they all got red eyes. Flashlight. They all got red eyes. Stay. This room feels off. Just wait. I think something changed. Oh! Flashlight. Ah, left. Left. Okay, next room. Oh gosh. Left. Okay, next room. They're all bad. Stay. This room feels off. Just wait. Things ain't changed. Straight. Center. Next room. Right side. Right side again. Right side again. Right side again. Middle. Straight. Straight. Everything's a mirror. Stay. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. We've nearly got it. Straight. Center. Center. Left. Left. Last one. We made it. That's it. Stay. That's it. The end. I see the exit. Let's go. You run forward, but as you do, the scenery shifts. Just slightly at first. But you're running too fast to stop yourself from colliding into the glass. Oh, come on. Except you don't quite go into the glass. You don't exactly collide with it either. You simply pass through it. And on the other side, you see an endless white void and... yourself. Dozens of you. Hundreds of you just walking around. Aimless, faceless, and empty. So empty and listless that I don't even acknowledge your presence. You try to turn back, but the glass doesn't give. Past the glass. A familiar black cat walks up and looks at you. You think it meows at you, but you can't make out the sound. It tilts its head, then walks away. The glass goes dark. Then you watch helplessly as it disappears completely. You're trapped, with only yourself as company. Oh no. Ending 19, you beat the maze. What is up with that smiley face? That is cruel. How many times have I beaten this game and looped through to beat the dozens and hundreds of me in that maze? That must mean there are so many different endings. I reckon we got about 3 or 4 endings to this, and there are heaps of them to get, but I have to leave it here. The game is called Do Not Take This Cat Home and is on itch.io. I hope you liked it. I'd be pretty keen to play it again and try and unlock some other endings because that was amazing, I thought. Let me know in the comments if you liked it, and thanks so much for watching.